In this video, we will be solving a few questions from the chapter Area Under the Curve, and I've taken these questions from the exercise 5.1 of Maharashtra Government Textbook, 12th Standard Mathematics Part 2, exercise 5.1. Let's begin with the questions. So you need to find the area of the region bounded by the following curves, that is the x-axis and the given lines. So the first curve is y equal to 2x. The working is very simple, but if graphically you want to know what's going on, it's something like this. The graph of y equal to 2x is going to be a straight line having a slope equal to 2 and passing through the origin. So the straight line looks like this, and from x equal to 0, x equal to 0 would mean the origin only, up to x equal to 5. So the area under the curve is going to be this. This is the curve y equal to 2x. The y-axis would mean the line x equal to 0, and this line would be x equal to 5, and the required area we can get it by integrating from 0 to 5 y dx. So that will be integration from 0 to 5. Y for this function is 2x. Integration of 2x will be x square by 2 multiplied by 2, so simply x square going from 0 to 5, and this will be 25 minus 0, which is equal to 25. One can definitely say that the same area can be calculated as area of the triangle, but in this exercise what we are trying to do is we are trying to learn how we can apply derivatives to find the area. So area under the curve can be obtained by integration. Definitely if it's a special shape like a triangle or a circle or a rectangle or a trapezium for which standard formulae are known, you can apply the formulae to get the area. But in this exercise, we will be focusing strictly on the application of derivatives for getting the areas. So yeah, that's the answer for your first question. Let's move on with the second one. Here the curve is x equal to 2y, and you need the area between, area under the curve between the lines y equal to 0 and y equal to 4. So x equal to 2y would again be a straight line, but this time if you just rearrange that equation x equal to 2y, so you can say that y will be equal to 1 upon 2 into x. So this will again be a straight line passing through the origin, but the slope this time will be equal to half. So the straight line is going to look like this. When they say y equal to 0 to y equal to 4, y equal to 4 is the line right here, and y equal to 0 would mean the x-axis. So that's the line y equal to 0, that's the line y equal to 4, and you need the area between the following curves, x-axis and the given lines. Okay. So as per the question, they mean this entire area, which actually goes up to infinity. So if I neglect the point where they have said x-axis, we can say that they are asking us the area under the curve between the lines here. That is, they are asking us this area. So you can easily find that area, but the integration has to be done with respect to the y-axis. So if I consider this point to be 0, this point out here will be 4. This is the curve x equal to 2y. The required area is area under the curve with respect to y-axis. So that area can be stated as integration 0 to 4 integration x dy. X for the given function will be 2y. So this is integration 0 to 4 2y dy. Integration of 2y will be y square, and that goes from 0 to 4. So that will be 16 minus 0, which is equal to 16. Let's continue in a similar way with the third question. So x equal to 0 would represent the y-axis. X equal to 5 would represent a vertical line like this. You have y equal to 0, which would represent the x-axis, and y equal to 4, which would represent a line like this. So we need this area, and we can say it is area under this particular curve whose equation is y equal to 4, and we need the area from x equal to 0 to x equal to 5. So we can say that this required area will be integration from 0 to 5 of y dx. That is integration from 0 to 5. Y for the given function is going to be 4. So we have integration from 0 to 5, 4 dx. You can take that 4 outside, and integration 1 will be equal to x going from 0 to 5. This will give you 4 into 5 minus 0. That is 4 into 5, which is equal to 20. So that area is 20 square units. We continue with the fourth one. Y equal to sin x. The graph of sin x looks like this. That continues up till infinity on the right hand side. Even on the left hand side, it's going to continue up till infinity in a similar manner. That's your x and that's your y axis. You need area under this graph. This is the graph for y equal to sine x. You need the area under the graph from x equal to 0 to pi by 2. X equal to 0 will be here. And at x equal to pi by 2, you have a maxima for sine x. That is sine x, the value for it will be 1. So x equal to pi by 2 is right here. Area under the graph from x equal to 0 to x equal to pi by 2 is this area. And like every other sum, we can get that area by simple integration. So this area will be integration from 0 to pi by 2 of y dx. For the given function y is equal to sine x. So we have integration 0 to pi by 2 sine x dx. Integration of sine x is minus cos x. So we have minus cos x going from 0 to pi by 2. Put x as pi by 2 first. So you get minus cos pi by 2, which is minus of 0, which is 0 only. From that, we will subtract whatever we get when we put x equal to 0. So when you put x as 0, you get minus of cos 0, which is minus 1. So 0 minus minus 1, the answer is 1 square unit. So this area that I've marked over here, the required area in this sum is of value 1 square unit. Let's continue with the fifth one. Xy is equal to 2 from x equal to 1 to x equal to 4. Try to plot the graph for xy equal to constant. If the constant is a positive number like 2, the graph is going to be a rectangular hyperbola looking like this. Plotting this graph would be an easy take because all you need to do is take some value of x, you will correspondingly get some value for y, and repeat that process throughout, and you will be able to see that the graph will look like this and this. Had it been xy equal to, let us say, minus k, xy equal to a negative number would have given you a graph like this. Okay, so we will get back to this question now, where we have to find the area under the graph xy equal to 2 from x equal to 1 to 4. X equal to 1 would be a vertical line here and x equal to 4 would be a vertical line here, and that's the area we require. The equation of the function is xy equal to 2, so we can write that as y equal to 2 upon x. And the required area, like every other sum, is going to be integration from 1 to 4, integration of y dx. That will be integration from 1 to 4. Y is 2 upon x, so this is 2 upon x dx. 2 is a constant, it comes out. Integration of 1 upon x will be log x. That goes from 1 to 4. So this will be 2 times log 4 minus log 1. Log 1 will be 0. So this is simply 2 times log 4. If you want, you can take that 2 inside the logarithm and write that as log of 4 square, which is equal to log 16. So that's the value for the required area. Let's continue with the sixth one. Y square equal to x. It's a parabola that is going to open rightwards. And we need the area from x equal to 0 to x equal to 4. X equal to 0 is here and x equal to 4 will be a vertical line here. And you need the area between the x-axis and the given lines. So curve x-axis and the given lines. So the required area is this. In case if they don't mention about x-axis, you need to include this part also in the area that they are asking. But because they have mentioned that you need the area between the curve, the lines and the x-axis, it is this area. You can also say that it can be this area also. But the two areas in magnitude are going to be the same. So calculate either of the areas, either of the two areas, and that will be your answer. The total area is not what they are asking you. The required area here, again, that will be obtained by integration from 0 to 4 of y dx. So this will be integration from 0 to 4. Y for the given function is root x. Root x means x power half, and integration of x power half, that will be x power half plus 1, which is x power 3 by 2 upon half plus 1, which is again 3 by 2. And this integration goes from 0 to 4. So this will be 2 by 3. And then when you put x as 4, root over 4 and cube of it will be equal to 8. Then you put x as 0. So 8 minus 0 is what you will have. And finally 16 by 3 is the value of the required area. Okay. Let's continue with the eighth one. Y square equal to 16x, again a parabola. You need to integrate that from 0 to 4. So this was y square equal to 16x. The required area is going to be given again by integration from 0 to 4 of y dx. This is integration from 0 to 4. Y is going to be root over 16x, and you can write that as 4 root x. Take that 4 outside. Integration of root x will be x power 3 by 2 upon 3 by 2 can be written as into 2 by 3 outside that bracket, and this goes from 0 to 4. So this is 8 by 3. You put a 4 in place of x, so you get 4 power 3 by 2, that is root of 4 and cube of it, which is going to be equal to 8, minus you put x as 0, so you will have a 0. The value of this term will be equal to 64 upon 3, and yes, that's the final value for the required area. Let's continue with the second main question. Find the area of the region bounded by the parabola y square equal to 16x and the lattice rectum. See, here they are not telling you x-axis, parabola and the lines. They are just asking you the area between the parabola and the lattice rectum, which is going to be the entire area now. So y square equal to 16x is the parabola. Lattice rectum means a vertical line passing through the focus. 4a for the parabola is equal to 16. So a will be equal to 4, and that is why the focus of the parabola will be 4, 0. The lattice rectum will therefore be x equal to 4. So you need this area, and we will say that this area is double of this area. So let's calculate only the area in the first quadrant, and 2 times that area in the first quadrant will be our required answer. So let's say required area is 2 times the area in the first quadrant, which will be integration from 0 to 4 of y dx. That will be 2 times integration from 0 to 4. Y for the given function is 4 root x. That will be 8 into x power half. The integration is x power 3 by 2. Upon 3 by 2 can be written as into 2 by 3 outside the bracket. This goes from 0 to 4. This is 16 by 3 multiplied by 4 comes here. So that will be 4 power 3 by 2. We have calculated it too many times. It's going to be equal to 8. You put a 0 here, so minus 0. 16 into 8 by 3, that's going to be 128 divided by 3. And yeah, that's the final answer for the required area. So the entire area, not only the one in the first quadrant, okay, the required area, that is the area bounded by this entire parabola with the lattice rectum. Okay, let's mark that area in pink. So the area which I have marked fully in pink is the area 128 by 3 square units. Let's continue with the second question. So the second question tells you y equal to 4 minus x square and x-axis. Be careful with the equation. This time it's not y square as a function of x. It is y as a function of x square. So the parabola will either be vertically opening upwards or it will be opening downwards. So here the coefficient of x square is negative. So the parabola will be opening in the downward direction. Y equal to minus x square does open in the downward direction. But you are having y equal to 4 minus x square. When you try to plot the graph for this, you will realize that when you plot y equal to minus x square, you get some y coordinates, and to all these y coordinates you are adding a number 4. So y coordinate of every point will increase by a value 4, and because y coordinate of every point is increasing by 4, all these points, all the points of this parabola are going to go upward by 4 units. So this entire parabola shifts upward by 4 units. You get a parabola like this, and this is going to represent the graph of y equal to 4 minus x square. Okay, so you need the area between the curve and the x-axis, which is this area. So to get that area, we need to integrate the function. We need to integrate y from the value here to the value here. These values are going to be points of intersection with the x-axis, and we get that when we put y as 0. If you put y equal to 0, you get 0 equal to 4 minus x square. X square will be 4 and x will be plus minus 2. So the 2 points that you can see here are 2 and minus 2. So the required area, it's going to be integration from minus 2 to 2 of y dx. This is integration from minus 2 to 2. Y will be 4 minus x square dx. This will be integration from minus 2 to 2 integration of 4, okay, there's no need to write integration again. Integration of 4 will be 4x minus x cube, so that will be x square. Integration for that will be x cube by 3, going from -2 to 2. When you put a 2 here, you get 4 into 2, which is 8, minus 8 by 3. From that, you're subtracting whatever you get when you put a -2 here. So that will be minus 8, and -2 cube will be minus 8, minus of that will be plus. So plus 8 by 3. Open up the bracket here along with the minus sign. So the first term becomes plus 8 and the second term becomes minus 8 by 3. We have 8 plus 8, which is equal to 16. Minus 8 by 3 minus 8 by 3, which is minus of 16 by 3. So 16 minus 16 upon 3, that's going to be 32 upon 3. And yeah, 32 upon 3 square units is the value for the required area. With that, let's go ahead with the first question of the third main question. You need the area of the region included between y square equal to 2x and y equal to 2x. Y square equal to 2x, it's a parabola opening in the right hand side direction, and y equal to 2x is a straight line passing through the origin and having a slope of 2. So that line will look like this. We need the value of this area. So it's very clear that we can integrate the parabola first, and integrating the parabola from 1 up to this point, which is the point of intersection, will give us the entire area here. But we don't want that entire area. From that entire area, we need to subtract the area which is there under the line. So the required area, that's going to be integration from this point is 0 up to the point of intersection, that we will just find out. So the required area is 0. I mean integration from 0 to point of intersection, area under the parabola minus area under the curve. So for parabola, y for the parabola will be written as root over 2x minus area under the line, that is minus 2x, because y for the line will be equal to 2x. Okay, let's try finding the point of intersection. So if y is 2x and y square is 2x, we can claim that y square will be equal to y. So y square minus y will be equal to 0. Pull out a y common. So you get y into y minus 1 equal to 0. So y will either be equal to 0 or y minus 1 will be 0. That is, y will be equal to 1. If y will be equal to 1, if for the point of intersection y coordinate is 1, then put y as 1 in the equation here. So you have x is equals to 1 by 2. So the integration here is going to go from 0 to 1 by 2. And finally you will have your required area. The required area will be, okay, root 2 is a constant. Then root x, the integration for that will be x power 3 by 2 upon 3 by 2. So this becomes into 2 by 3. From that you need to subtract integration of 2x, which is simply equal to x square, and this goes from 0 to half. So when you put a 0, anyway the second bracket will turn out to be 0 completely, because each term is containing x. And when you put half here, so this part is going to become 1 upon 2 root 2 into 2 root 2. So 2 root 2 gets cancelled and the first part will be 1 upon 3 minus, put a half here, so that will be 1 by 4. So 1 by 3 minus 1 by 4 will be 1 by 12, and 1 by 12 square units is the value for the required area. Yeah, that's how we are answering the first question, and with that, let's go ahead with the second question. Y square equal to 4x and y equal to x. Y square equal to 4x, it's again a parabola, and y equal to x will be a straight line through the origin with a positive slope. That's y square equal to 4x. That's the line y equal to x. The required area is the area between the two of them, which is this. Like the previous sum, we can calculate that area by integration from 0 up to the x coordinate of the point of intersection, that is 0 up to this point. It will be area under the parabola minus area under the line. So for the parabola, y is going to be root over 4x minus, we will subtract the area under the line for which y is equal to x. So minus x dx. The point of intersection will be obtained when we solve the two curves simultaneously. Let's put y as x in the equation here. So we get x square equal to 4x. So either x will be 0, or if x is non-zero, you can cancel x on the left and right and claim that x will be equal to 4. So one point of intersection here has the x coordinate 0, which is the origin itself, and the other point of intersection, that is this, has the x coordinate as 4, so the number here is going to be 4. Okay, so for the required area, integration will be done from 0 to 4. Root over 4 will be equal to 2, so let's write that as 2 root x. Integration of 2 root x, that will be 2, x power 3 by 2 upon 3 by 2, so 3 comes here, 2 goes here, 2 into 2 will be 4. So we have 4x power 3 by 2 divided by 3 minus x square by 2. This goes from 0 to 4. When you put a 0, anyway the second bracket will be 0. You put a 4 here. So 4 power 3 by 2, that will be equal to 8 into 4 will be 32 upon 3. So you have 32 upon 3 minus, put that 4 here, 16 by 2, that will be equal to 8. So this gives you 32 minus 24, which is 8 divided by 3. And yeah, that's the final value for the required area. Let's continue with the third question, which is a similar one. So again, y square equal to x is a parabola looking like this. And y equal to 4x, a line passing through the origin having a positive slope. That's y equal to 4x, and that's y square equal to x. The required area is right here. So put y as 4x in the equation here. So you have 16x square equal to x. Cancel that x on both the sides. 16x will be equal to 1. So the x coordinate of the point of intersection here is 1 by 16. And yeah, that tells you that the required area is going to be integration from 0 to 1 upon 16. It's the area under the parabola minus area under the line. For area under the parabola, we need to integrate y dx for the parabola. For the parabola, y will be equal to root x. From that, we will subtract area under the line, for which y will be equal to 4x. So this will be the integration of root x, which is x power 3 by 2 upon 3 by 2. So 2 goes at the top, minus integration of 4x will be 2x square. This goes from 0 to 1 by 16. So try to evaluate that, and you have 16 power 3 by 2, that is cube of 4, and cube of 4 will be 64, into 2 will be 128 upon 3. From that you subtract whatever you get when you put x as 1 by 16. So 2 upon 256. I'm so sorry, I have made a mistake here because I put x as 16. So I need to put x as 1 upon 16. So when we do that, the denominator will be 64. Yeah, because it's going to be 1 by 16, the root of it, that will be 1 by 4, the cube of it, that will be 1 by 64, into 2 by 3. So that will be 1 upon 32 into 3, which is 1 upon 96 minus 2x square. That's 2 upon 256, which is 1 upon 128. Okay. So can we pull out anything common from here? 16 can be pulled out common. In fact, 32 can be pulled out common. So we have 1 upon 32. 1 upon 3 minus 1 upon 4. 1 by 3 minus 1 by 4 will be 1 by 12. And 1 by 32 into 1 by 12. So 32 into 12, that's like 320 plus 64, which is 384. So 1 upon 384 square units. And yeah, that's the required area for the third question. That's this. The value of that area is 1 upon 384 square units. Let's continue with the fourth one. Y square is equal to 4ax. It's again a parabola that looks like this. And y equal to x. So y equal to x will be a line looking like this. It's again the same area that we require. This is y square equal to 4ax. That's the line y equal to x. The required area is going to be integration from 0. That's this point up to the x coordinate for the point of intersection. We can get that when we put y as x in the equation here. So x square equal to 4ax, cancel off that x, and the x coordinate for the point of intersection will be 4a. So integration from 0 to 4a, it's area under the parabola minus area under the line. The parabola is y square equal to 4ax, so y will be root over 4ax. From that we subtract y for the line, which is x dx. Root 4, we will prefer to write that as 2, and then we have root over ax. So this becomes 2 root a, which is a constant. Then integration of root x will be x power 3 by 2 upon 3 by 2. So upon 3, and that 2 goes up, gets multiplied with the 2 here and makes it 4. Okay, this goes from 0 to 4a. We also have to integrate x, which is the integration of which will give us x square by 2, again from 0 to 4a. So try to evaluate that further, and you put a 4a here. So 4a power 3 by 2, that is root of 4a the whole cube, that is 2 root a the whole cube. 2 root a the whole cube will be 8a root a. So we have 4 root a by 3 into 8a root a. Of course, from 8a root a we need to subtract whatever we get when we put x as 0, but that will be 0 only. So we have 8a root a minus 0, which is 8a root a, minus, again when you put a 0 in this bracket, it will be 0. So the only term you will have is you put x as 4a, and whatever you get is the final term here. So putting x as 4a will give us 16a square divided by 2, which is 8a square. So root a and root a, that will give us a square. So this is a square, and 4 into 8 gives us 32. So we have 32a square divided by 3 minus 8a square. 32a square divided by 3 minus 8a square, that will be 32 minus 24. So 8a square divided by 3 square units, and yeah, that's the final value for the required area. Let's continue with the fifth one and the last one in this video. Y is x square plus 3, y equal to x square. Okay, so this time be careful, it's not y square equal to x, it is y equal to x square. Y equal to x square is an upward opening parabola, but you are adding a 3 to x square. So when you try to plot y equal to x square, there will be certain points you get. Now if you try to plot x square plus 3, then in the graph of y equal to x square, you are just increasing the y coordinate of every point with 3 units. So every point, if the y coordinate increases by 3 units, that point will go up. If the point goes up, the entire graph is going to shift upward by 3 units, and the graph of y equal to x square plus 3 will look like this. So that's the graph of y equal to x square plus 3, and y equal to x plus 3 is a line with slope equal to 1 and the y-intercept equal to 3. So this point, because here it was 0 and you're shifting upward by 3 units, this point is 0, 3. The line here has slope 1 and y-intercept is 3 only. So that line passes through this point and it is having a positive slope. So the line will look like this. Okay, and the required area is this area. So we can say it is area under the line minus area under the parabola, and that needs to be integrated from 0 up to the x coordinate here, and the x coordinate can be obtained by solving this curve and this curve simultaneously. So y equal to x square plus 3 and y equal to x plus 3. To solve them simultaneously, just subtract the two equations. You will have 0 equal to x square minus x, and 3 minus 3 will be 0. X square minus x equal to 0, so we have x into x minus 1 equal to 0. So x will either be 0 or x will be equal to 1. X equal to 0 is the point of intersection here, that's the origin, and x equal to 1 will be the point of intersection here. So this point has the x coordinate as 1. So this number out here on the x axis will be 1. So the required area, like we said, is integration from 0 to 1. Area under the line, for the line y will be equal to x plus 3 minus area under the parabola, for which y is x square plus 3. So x plus 3, open up the bracket, so you will have minus x square minus 3, plus 3 minus 3 gets cancelled, and we just need to integrate x minus x square. That will be x square by 2 minus x cube by 3, going from 0 to 1. So when you put 0 anyway, the second bracket will be 0. When you put a 1 here, this will become 1 by 2 minus 1 by 3, and that is equal to 3 minus 2 upon 3 into 2, which is 1 upon 6. Yeah, so the required area is going to be 1 upon 6 square units, and with that, we are done with all the questions from exercise 5.1. I hope that the contents of this video have been someplace somewhere helpful to you in your preparations. Thank you for watching.